All right. Hello. Hope everyone's doing well out there, and I salute you to the highest degree. So there's a lot of people out there, a lot of young men, I should say, in particular out there that are getting heavily involved in self-improvement. You know, it's a very popular genre on social media. People are really into it right now. And usually the first place that guys start is their physique, getting back in shape. You know, and a big reason why guys want to improve themselves is because they want to look good for the girls. You know, they've entered a phase of their life where they want more girls. They want women looking at them and checking them out. They want to have more options. They want to get laid, so on and so forth. So in today's video, I'm going to make up a story here that I think a lot of you guys have seen play out. I know I have seen it play out probably hundreds of times in my life. So anyways, you have Brian. Brian is a regular average guy, 21 years old. He's never lifted a weight in his life, but he understands that if he wants to be more attractive, if he wants to improve himself, he's going to have to go to the gym. He's going to have to train. So he gets a gym membership. And when he walks into the gym, he realizes that he doesn't have a very impressive physique. He's skinny fat, you could say. And he looks around the gym and he sees Chad and Brad. Now, Chad and Brad have naturally gifted physiques. They have great genetics. And, you know, their physiques just look good. And they've been training for quite some time. And Brian realizes that the women in the gym are always checking out Chad and Brad. And it seems like Chad and Brad are maybe hooking up with some of these girls. So Brian gets a little bit insecure about it. And he starts researching how to put on muscle fast. And that's when he learns about anabolic chicken. So he finds a connection and he gets himself some gear. And 60 days later, he all of a sudden has the most impressive super physiological physique in the gym. And now all the women are checking him out. And he ends up hooking up with every girl in the gym. But after about 6 months goes by, he's starting to notice a receding hairline and high blood pressure, and he can't sleep at night. So he decides to stop eating the anabolic chicken and go back to being a natural. And when he does that, he loses pretty much all of his gains. And all of a sudden, no girls are checking him out. He's not getting any compliments. His self-esteem drops. He gets depressed. He's just not getting any ladies. So he sort of hit a brick wall. And now the girls are going back to Chad and Brad. And Brian is just skinny fat Brian, right where he started. All right, how many of you guys have seen that story play out time and time again? The reason why I wanted to make this video is not to guide you or convince you that you should or should not take anabolic chicken. You're a grown man and you can make these decisions on your own. And there are a lot of good studies out there. There's a lot of good research that you can look at, and, you know, you can typically do whatever you want to do and find a way to make it work. I'm not suggesting that you should or should not, but I just wanted to make this video to create that level of awareness of what does take place, you know, because there's a lot of men out there that are really looking towards gear to improve themselves. You know, they'll say TRT or whatever they want to call it nowadays, but a lot of men are looking into it, you know, and I think we've all seen this play out. In a month or two, a guy can go from being an average Joe to a super physiological Greek god. And sure, it does happen. And a lot of times it comes with side effects and they have to stop taking it. And when they stop taking it, they go from being a Greek god to, you know, a surface dweller, you know, a pond scum surface dweller because they feel like shit about themselves. They look like crap. They're not getting compliments, you know, and it's just not good. But we've seen this play out many, many times. And I would say that I'm probably a lot more popular on my dating advice channel than I am anywhere else on YouTube. But this is one of those areas that really crosses over between fitness and dating. Because let's face it, most men out there that take gear, They're not taking it because they're a professional athlete. They're not taking it because they want to be Mr. Olympia. They're taking it because they want to look jacked and sexy for the ladies. And if that's your decision, just understand it comes with some consequences. And not only that, but it does impact the rest of the world as well. So when Brian all of a sudden starts sleeping with all the girls in the gym, well, now Chad and Brad are kind of off put by this. It's like the girl that they liked is now sleeping with Brian, and it's off putting, and it screws the whole relationship up. It's kind of like somebody in professional sports that takes gear. Well, nowadays, most of them do, but it's kind of like that. You know, if you have somebody that's a very gifted athlete and they're a natural and they go out and they would be the best player out there, but some average Joe starts taking the anabolic chicken, and all of a sudden he's a million times better than them just because he has that super physiological strength and athletic ability. You know, it throws things off, right? And when one person does it, it's just a snowball effect because other people have to do it just to keep up. Now, it's an interesting thing, but it does take place. So how many guys out there have seen this take place in your local gym? Or if you're an athlete, you've seen this take place in the competition. It does take place, and when it takes place, it can be pretty devastating if you're a natural, because you have to sit back and watch people that aren't even close to as gifted as you all of a sudden blowing you out of the water. But then you do have people who are naturally gifted and they eat the anabolic chicken and they go full Jeff Saeed mode. You know, you're the ultimate Chad lady killer, but you take the anabolic chicken and now you're unstoppable. You know, now you're just the most fierce competitor of all time. You can't be beat. You're Mike O'Hearn. You're Arnold in his prime. It is what it is. Now, I suggest that people stay natural, and the reason why is because when you're natural, you can pretty much maintain what you have and maintain solid health. When you take gear, your health kind of goes up and down and all around, and you know, you're always having issues. And I just don't think it's a good idea. But if you want to take it, that's entirely up to you. This is not advice. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Just storytelling. Just supposed to be relatable. Just two guys shooting the shit about some bullshit. All right, guys. Hope this video was somewhat informative, but that's about it for today, guys. Until next time, see ya.